Hey everybody, it's Carl Rum from guitarlessons365.com, and today we're going to take a look at the incredible Across the Universe by the Beatles. Now this song was obviously written by John Lennon, and he uses, in the intro he uses a couple of tricky little things, little diads down the neck, and then we have some bar chords in the song, but other than that it's a relatively simple song with just a couple of progressions to learn, one for the verse and one for the chorus. So let's get into this intro here. We're going to start here. I'm going to show you how I finger this. We're going to have the second fret on the G string and the second fret on the high E. So I'm playing that with my middle finger on the G string and then the third finger on the high E. Now, picking wise, I'm going to pick the middle, the third string there with my middle finger, and then the ring finger is going to take the top string. The high E string will be done with the ring finger. So you're going to hit those two notes together, and while they're still ringing, you're going to hit the D string open. Now, that should give you an opportunity to scoot up here, because you have to slide into the 11th fret on the G string and the 10th fret on the high E. So I'm doing that with my middle finger and my first finger. So we have, you don't have to slide from all the way down, so just use that opportunity of that open D string to move up and just slide from a couple frets down, but just slide into it. You don't want to hear it coming from anywhere, but when you pick, have the slide already had begun. And then you hit the open D again, and then we're going to hit the 9th fret here on both the G string and the, just like we did here, but at the 9th fret, and then again at the 7th fret. And then we're going to have 5 on the high E and 6 on the G. And then you're going to bring your middle finger over and pick with your pinky at the 7th fret on the B string. Okay, now we can get to the chords. This is an F sharp minor chord he starts with, and you need to start it. You can just do a regular bar across 6 strings, but this one you want to hold with your second finger, here at the 4th fret on the A string, and then your third finger at the 4th fret on the D string. Why you hold it like that is because you need your pinky to go back and forth the note. So you hit the chord, and he doesn't really hit the 6th string here, so you can actually hold it like this if you want, if you don't want to do a full bar across the 6th. You have that bar going, you play that a little bit muted, a little bit palm muted down here in the hand, and then lay, after you hit it once with the normal bar, then you put your pinky down at the 4th fret on the G string. And rotate back and forth between those two. Okay? And then we're going to have just a regular A chord, so just do the A major chord by barring with your first finger across the 2nd, 3rd, and 4th strings at the 2nd fret. And you're going to have the A string open with it. And then continue doing that, putting the 4th fret down on that G string while you're doing this chord as well. Alright, so the first one's kind of muted, but he starts letting it go. Okay, so that's the entire intro. That is the trickiest part of the entire song. Grabbing up those slides and then grabbing those chords really quick. But after that, we have basically the verse, which goes like this. Alright, so we have some bar chords there, but and we have some 7th chords, but the 7th chords are quite easy. They're actually the easiest chords to play. So we're going to start here with a standard D major chord. That's your 2nd fret on the high E, 3rd fret on the B, and the 2nd fret on the G string. Then we're going to do a B minor chord. Now he does this a couple different ways in the song. Now B minor is typically played a full bar across the 1 through 5th strings, and then you have your second finger here at the 3rd fret on the B, your pinky at the 4th fret on the G, and then your 3rd finger at the 4th fret on the D. That's the 2nd chord in the verse, but sometimes he'll actually do a full bar across to the 6th string and add that low F sharp in there as well. So the difference between sound is, or either way they sound fine. You can mix and match, or just use the one you think sounds the best the entire time. Doesn't really matter. We'll do the B minor, and then it's a full bar, and move these 2 fingers over to the 5th and 4th strings, and pick up your middle finger, and you have an F sharp minor chord. That's the next chord. Then we have an E minor 7th chord. Now that's just going to be your second finger at the B string. The B note on the 2nd string. I'm getting my words crossed up. We have the 2nd fret on the 5th string, and then the pinky at the 3rd fret on the B string. And all the other strings are open. Pretty easy there. And then we end it with an A7 chord. It's a dominant 7th chord. So we have just your second finger here at the 2nd fret on the D string, and then your 3rd finger at the 2nd fret on the B string. And you're going to pick strings 1 through 5. Don't pick the low. So when he's done this, he does one measure of, it's all, common time 4/4 throughout, except for these one measure right when he's going back to the beginning of the verse chords again. He adds this note right here, which is just still the 7th chord. It's just putting the G on the high string, and we're done with your pinky there at the 3rd fret. But he builds up to that throughout the thing. It just extends the measure of 1 beat. All right, then we're back to the D, back to the B minor, back to the F sharp minor, then to the E minor 7 again. So the second time through these chords, the last chord is different. He jumps to a G minor chord. So instead of that F sharp minor that we did, just move it up 1 fret to the 3rd fret. All right, so let's go through the whole verse. The whole verse to complete is really 2 times through those group of chords. So it goes like this. There's the D, the B minor, F sharp minor, E minor 7, A7. Back to the D, B minor, F sharp minor, E minor 7 to the G minor. So he didn't play that second E minor 7, he just a couple beats on it, then straight to that G minor. So make sure you're following along with the actual song so you can time these chords out right. And by the way, the rhythm in the right hand is just straight. He does a lot of like and just kind of laid back quarter note rhythm, and then he kind of switches it to an 8th note rhythm. Just still using all downstrokes though, so it's like 2 notes per beat instead of 1. So when we're doing the verse, basically it's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. So it's just once on every beat. Little upstrokes thrown in there every once in a while. Chorus, which we're gonna do now, is basically 8th notes. So he's just basically 1, 2, 3, 4. 2 notes per beat. Just do it with all downstrokes. All right, so we have the chorus is going to be D. It starts with that shy Karoo thing. So we started with the D chord, just kept strumming, and then we switched to that A7 chord that we did earlier in the verse. And then we start doing the Nothing's Gonna Change My World line. We're gonna go to a straight A major chord. So just put, the straight A major you learn your first week of guitar. So it's basically just the A7 chord, but with the second fret on the G string added to make it straight A. So it's like, nothing's gonna change my world. Now you can see at the end of the line, after I was done singing the line, I lifted up the third finger to have the open G string to make it an A7 chord again. Then we're going to go to a G major chord. Now this G major chord, mute the 5th string. You don't want that note in there. More like a G power chord, big G power chord. So it's just like a standard G major chord, except you're going to mute the 5th string with the bottom of your 2nd finger. To the G, back to the D. And then we go back to the A, full A major chord. Nothing's gonna change my world. To the A7, to the G. Nothing's gonna change my world. To the D. All right, so the whole chorus. Then it goes back to the verse. And does the exact same chords as we did in the verse before. Now he'll listen around, he'll every once in a while throw something else in there, just that G minor and stuff. At the end, very simple, where he's doing the just keep holding and strumming a D major chord till the song fades out. Alright, hope you guys have fun with this one. It's a pretty easy song if you can get that intro underneath your fingers, and if you're halfway competent at playing barre chords, and if you're not, it's a great way to practice them. Alright, so I'll see you guys soon, and be sure to put your request in at guitarlessons365.com. I'll see you, bye.